Okay, welcome. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Today we are playing Drakengard 3. If you're watching this on Twitch, thank you very much for joining me on stream. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably wondering what the hell you're looking at. So we have a half-naked chick holding a sword with blood everywhere and some weird-ass demonic dragon. So anyway, a little bit of back history, or backstory, or whatever you want to call it, with the Drakengard series. This is one of my favorite series that was back on the PlayStation 2. I played the first one, and I loved it. I got all the weapons. I maxed out all the weapons. I played through the story mode. I got all the unlockables. I even got the secret hidden Tokyo stage. This game, well, I thought was unbelievable. And I thought it was a great game. The second one I didn't really care too much for because the characters were very underdeveloped. The storyline was weak. It didn't have the dark overtones that the first one had. It was very watered down or diluted compared to the first one. And also, the company that worked on it, Cavier, I don't think they worked on it anymore. Instead, they had Ubisoft work on the second one, and you could clearly see the difference between both games. The first one was very dark, very greedy, very bloody. Had a very fucked up political storyline. There was a lot of religious symbolism, a lot of crazy stuff that happened in the first one, including giant 40-foot babies that walk around eating people. A demonic possessed child who would say stuff like, "The Watchers, they watch, they dance, they dance. The Watchers, they watch." You know, shit like that. I'm not kidding. There's like an 8-year-old kid who had multiple split personalities. I never could tell if it was a boy or a girl. Huh. That's just something that I just realized. Yeah, I never realized if it was a boy or a girl. I think it was a girl, but I wasn't too sure. But one thing is for certain, the fucking kid was possessed. The gameplay of Drakengard is a mix of Final Fantasy. Best comparison I could say is Final Fantasy meets Dynasty Warriors. It's a open world hack and slash. Well, not really open world, but it's whatever theme or genre that you would place Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors or any of those type of hack and slash open world games with RPG elements. And it also had a mixture of Panzer Dragoon Orta, or a flying I don't know what, flight sim type of game, arcade flight sim type of game, where you would fly on a dragon and you would shoot down enemies. And it's just the Drakengard series, at least the first one, the first game, was a huge collaboration of different genres. You had like RPG, hack and slash, and arcade arcade 3D flight shooter, whatever, 2D shooter, whatever you want to call it. It was interesting, and I never really played a game like it ever again. And I loved it. The character for the first one, his name was Kaim, and for the life of me, I can't remember the dragon's name for the first game. But the dragon was really cool. I know it was like an old woman, like it was an old female dragon. She sounded old, and a little. I'm just gonna say spoilers because the game is like fucking like 50. It's got to be like 15 years old by now, I think. The first game revolved around Kaim, who was, I think he was part of like an empire. Like he was a soldier for this empire for his sister. His sister was the queen. I can't remember the name of the fucking empires. I can't remember the empire's name, but he basically was like he was brother to the queen, whose castle was being overthrown in the very beginning of the game. And basically, I think his sister had something to do with a prophecy. she had these religious, I don't know what the word is. There's like this alliance, this religious alliance that was trying to overthrow her kingdom and basically kidnap her, and was going to use her to bring forth the destruction of the planet. And she was the catalyst to bring forth these beings known as Watchers, which was supposed to, I guess, bring them to enlightenment, or supposed to bring them to heaven. I don't know. There's a lot of religious propaganda. I don't remember the storyline 100%. But the main character, he tries to defend his empire, his castle, and he fails. The sister gets kidnapped. Or actually, he doesn't fail right away. He's able to hold him off for like the first couple stages, but eventually he gets kidnapped by his friend, who turns on him. He's like the right-hand man. He's like the royal knight. He turns on him. He becomes possessed, and he steals Fudii. I think her name was Fudii. That's Kaim's sister's her name. And then, you know, the whole prophecy happens and all this shit, and the destruction of the world happens. But after the first stage, or after she gets kidnapped, you come across this dragon, and this dragon is about to die, basically. The dragon's all fucked up, bloody, and stuff like that. And then the dragon actually speaks to Kaim and offers a pact, similar to Dragonheart. If anyone's ever seen the movie Dragonheart, it's very similar to that, with Sean Connery and I can't remember the other guy's name, but anyway, so the dragon offers a pact. Oh, I forgot to mention, Kaim is dying as well. Shit, my bad. The main character is dying, and the dragon is dying at the same time. So in order for them to live, they basically share a heart, or they form a pact so that their lifeblood, they would be in unity. So. Okay, sorry. I'm just reading. Someone's mentioned something on Twitch. Oh, so I hear that there's some stuff from the spin-off series near. Okay, cool. So anyway, they offer a pact. They both live, but in response to the pact, same thing with Dragonheart. If the dragon dies, Kaim dies. If Kaim dies, the dragon dies. But there's a twist. The pact, there's something that that Kaim has to offer. I always thought it was kind of lame, because I don't think the dragon ever had to offer anything besides basically if Kaim dies, the dragon dies. But there's like a stigma that the user, or the human, gets if they pact with the dragon. And Kaim's was the ability to speak. He couldn't speak. He formed a pact with this dragon, and he got a tattoo on his tongue that prohibited him to speak. So the entire game, besides the very beginning, you talk, and then like 10 minutes into the game where you have a pact with this dragon, he becomes a silent protagonist. He can no longer speak. And I thought that was interesting. There's other things too, like his friend, who was like the royal guard, who turns on him. He had the ability to sing. He had a beautiful voice, and he could play the harp. But then he formed a pact with a dark dragon, and he lost the ability to sing, and it actually drove him to madness, which I thought was kind of interesting. Apparently, music was the only thing that kept him sane, and drove him to madness. And I'm not going to get too much into it. I'm pretty much spoiling the whole game, even though the game's 15 years old. It was a very fun game. I could not tell you shit about the second game because I didn't play it. I didn't find it interesting. It was too cutesy bullshit. It was like really... I don't know what the word is. I didn't play it too much, but it wasn't dark like the first game was. And this game, just looking at the fucking... the PlayStation right now, this looks dark as all hell and extremely bloody. So I'm looking forward to Drakengard 3, or Drag on Dragoon 3, whatever you want to call it. So maybe I'll go back to the second one. I still have both Drakengard 1 and 2. So I might actually, after I beat this game, I might play the first one and the second one to see what happens. So anyway, that's it. That's it for the intro So let's get this baby started. Drakengard 3. Let's do this. Okay, that was weird.